Imagine a single day where your past and future sins could be wiped away. That's the promise behind fasting on the day of Arafah, and it's honestly one of the most compelling spiritual opportunities in Islam.
Ever since I learned about the day of Arafah, I've been fascinated by how its significance stretches far beyond just the pilgrimage. For those not performing Hajj, fasting on this day offers immense mercy and forgiveness.
We're diving deep into why this day matters, how fasting brings spiritual purification, and what you can actually do to make the most of it even if you're nowhere near Mecca.
Stick around as we unpack the meaning of Arafah, explore authentic hadith about its rewards, clarify who should fast, and share practical ways to maximize your connection with Allah during this sacred time.
So, let's start with the basics. The day of Arafah falls on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the exact day when pilgrims gather at the plain of Arafah during Hajj. It's regarded as the climax of the pilgrimage.
What makes it so special is the sheer intensity of worship happening globally. While pilgrims are making heartfelt dua and remembrance, Muslims everywhere mark it as a day filled with mercy and forgiveness.
There's this atmosphere like the world pauses for a sacred moment. Even if you're not in Mecca, it's a chance to tap into that spiritual energy and make your own connection.
And that's what's beautiful. Islam gives every believer access to that mercy, regardless of their location. The day of Arafah isn't just for pilgrims, it's for anyone seeking renewal and closeness to Allah.
Here's where it gets really impactful. There's an authentic hadith narrated by Abu Qatada, where the Prophet Muhammad said that fasting on Arafah expiates the previous year's sins and the coming year's sins.
I still remember reading that hadith in Sahih Muslim. The scale of forgiveness is almost mind-boggling. You're being offered a spiritual reset just by dedicating one day to fasting.
Think about what that means. It's as if Allah is inviting us to start fresh, free from past mistakes, and ready for the year ahead. It's a huge motivator to embrace fasting on Arafah.
And it's not just about clearing the slate. It's a reminder of Allah's immense mercy, showing us how He wants to give us every chance to purify ourselves and grow in faith.
There's a common question people ask. If the day of Arafah is so rewarding, should everyone fast, including pilgrims performing Hajj?
Actually, scholars are unanimous on this. The recommendation to fast applies to those not on Hajj. Pilgrims are encouraged not to fast, so they can keep their energy up for worship and supplication at Arafah.
That actually makes sense. Being on Arafah during Hajj is demanding, and fasting could make it tougher to focus on the intense rituals and prayers.
So, for everyone else, fasting is a powerful way to connect with the day's blessings. But if you're a pilgrim, prioritizing your physical and spiritual strength takes precedence.
Fasting is just one part of it. The day of Arafah is also about ramping up supplication, remembrance, and good deeds. It's an open invitation to make the most of every moment.
Last year, I set aside extra time for dua and dhikr. The feeling of renewal afterward was incredible, almost like hitting a reset button on my faith.
That's exactly it. Whether it's charity, reciting Quran, or simply reflecting, every act stacks up. It's all about seeking forgiveness, boosting taqwa, and strengthening your bond with Allah.
And even small actions are amplified on this day. It's an opportunity to turn everyday routines into acts of sincere worship, knowing the rewards are multiplied.
Let's wrap up with 3 key takeaways. First, fasting on Arafah can erase sins from both the past and the future. Second, the day is loaded with mercy and spiritual renewal, not just for pilgrims, but for Muslims everywhere. Third, maximizing the day goes beyond fasting. Dua, dhikr, and good deeds all count.
So here's your action step. Plan ahead for the next day of Arafah. Fast if you're able, carve out meaningful time for prayer and reflection, and treat each moment as a window to new beginnings.
Thanks for tuning in. May your day of Arafah be a source of forgiveness and transformation. See you next time.
Wishing everyone a spiritually uplifting Arafah. Until our next episode, take care and keep growing.